Welcome back to season 5 of the JVY podcast. So, y'all on my camera right here, I'm actually talking to people on my TikTok right now. I want to switch to, actually, you know what? I'm gonna just show y'all. Let me go ahead and get the camera ready. So, all those on TikTok, you are on my YouTube. I just want y'all to see what's going on, but this is more of a catching up with y'all, telling y'all everything that's going down. First and foremost, I am now 25 years old. I turned 25 March 6th. And what I will say is that I've always felt a little older than what I expected. You know, I didn't like kids around my age anyway when I was a youngin'. But for the most part, I'm happy to be alive. Somebody asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I just told them I'm just happy to be here. You know, I don't ask for much. I'm not expecting too much. As long as I'm happy, I'm well, I'm doing good, then that's what it is that I want for myself. So this first episode of season 5, I'm talking to y'all about everything. I don't even know if I'm going to do the split edits when it comes to this right here for the pod and for my YouTube. So we're just going to get right into it. So the last time I talked to you all, when it came to the pod, it had to be September of 2021. Now, around this time, I was dating somebody, and this is no ill will towards that young woman, because this is an amazing, a beautiful, intelligent, headstrong woman. At the time, I put so much energy into her and making sure the relationship could stand and making sure it was healthy and making sure that we had adequate and above adequate communication and making sure that we can do what we do. At a certain point, I did lose myself. Now, that's not something that you hear all the time, but when you do hear something like I lost myself, it's some other BS that comes with it. I really lost myself. What I did was put more of me into the relationship, or more towards her in the relationship, instead of putting that energy towards myself. And I don't think that's healthy for anybody to do. So part of the reason why I didn't put anything out podcast wise, and it was just strictly TikTok or something, is because I didn't feel confident in doing a whole bunch on my end. But I still wanted to make sure that she was okay. That's the number one thing. Like, if she was good, then I'm good, right? But sometimes you gotta be selfish, and I applaud and thank my twin sister and my mom and my close friends and some of the friends that I have on here who have my number, who I talk to on a regular day basis, who would tell me to be selfish and really put myself first. I feel like when you don't do that, everything else goes to shit, you know? So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm coming up on 25. I need to put energy towards myself. If I put all this work into, you know, this podcast and recording here on TikTok and making content for you all to enjoy, why can't I do this for myself as well? And now, I'm not gonna lie to you, the way that I did it might have been, you know, very childish to some. I think I was on the phone with one of my parents and we was talking about plans of what I want to do at 25, and then I had her and I was texting her, and then we did all of that over a text message. But God works in weird ways sometimes, right? So from September up until December, when we ended things, my entire goal for coming into 25 was to, one, not care about what people thought about me anymore. Like, I care way too much at that point. And I understand there's this, last year I cared so much about what people thought. My appearance, how I speak, how I walk, how I dress, how I talk, all of that. I didn't want that coming into 25. You know, I got a quarter of a century damn near, and that's scary as hell to me. So I thought, you know what? If I'm not going to care, I'm at least going to be a little selfish, but also be very upfront and let it be known that I just want to be happy for myself, right? Because I can't give someone else happiness if I'm not that for myself. That was the number one thing for me. I'm going back and forth, but what's up, TikTok? How are y'all? I know I'm supposed to be going back and forth with this, but God works in weird ways sometimes. Not weird as in bad, but weird as in like, yo, I would have never expected that. This all went down on December 30th. So the day before New Year's Eve. And I had to work maybe an hour or two before or after the conversation. So after we had our conversation, I get a call from an old coworker of mine from another job. He's like, hey man, I do such and such at this church, and you're one of the best to ever do it with playing drums and being a musician. And I want you to come and play for our New Year's celebration. And so I'm like, you know what? I remember the watch night services. So I'm thinking, you know what? This guy's church is going to be strictly Baptist. I'm forgetting this is a white gentleman. But I'm like, you know what? We in the South. He might be, Revelations or what I forget what the new church is called. What is a new church? I don't know. Like the new age, big time churches. I'm thinking it's going to be one of those, but it's going to be strictly Baptist. Like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and get ready. But he gave me the number of the worship leader. And when I talked to her, she's like, yeah, so I heard you're one of the best. So we're going to do X, Y, and Z. Here's all the music. I just want you to come in. And I know it's the day of, but I know you got it. I just want you to come and play. So I'm like, oh shit. It was wild because in the conversation I was having with my parents, with my mom on the phone, we were talking about how I need to elevate and push my gift more, right? Of me playing drums. And it's the same energy when it comes to TikTok, when it comes to me creating with the podcast and my poetry and my acting, things of that sort. I'm a jack of all trades. So why not put more energy back into myself and actually elevate? So when I talked to the lady, she says, you know what? I want you to come and play. We have it set in stone. Here's the music. If you can learn about tomorrow, we got you. An hour later, I had to go to work. Newly single. Mind kind of clear, but still cloudy. And with a new opportunity to go and play. Now, when I went into work, I didn't feel any type of difference. I was just like, oh, okay, it's another day. Like some shit just went down. I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm not going to feel bad for wanting to be selfish, right? I feel like if somebody makes you feel bad for wanting to be selfish or wanting to do something for you, cut it. That's really what it is. So December 31st comes around, and when I get to the church, I had to be there, I think, 2 p.m. So the event didn't go down until maybe 10, right? So from 2 p.m. to 10, we're doing sound checks. We did, I think, 2 or 3 rehearsals. We went out to eat as a collective just to get the spirits right. And that's what I love about working with musicians. When your spirit gets right and you're about to go into something, or being a creative and your spirit is right and you do better, right? So it's a whole group of people I don't even know. Within the first hour, they're, oh, what's up, Jay? What's up, man? It's nice to meet you. And I'm like, yo, this is amazing, right? Because this is all I've ever wanted. So the night goes exceptionally well. I didn't think that I would be able to step in and do half of what I did. I explain this to people all the time. Whenever I play drums, and I've been like this since the age of 5, when I really started playing drums, somehow I black out and I just play. Like, I don't think about nothing else. If I know my music, if I can just play, I don't care about anything else, right? It's just me, the drums, the other musicians, the artist who's singing, the background vocalists, music director over there, sound guy over here, technician over here. It doesn't matter. I black out. I feel like I got my own little spotlight. I feel like Nick Cannon in Drumline. That's where I learned how to play drums, for those of y'all who don't know that. But at that certain time and moment, I said, all right, so I feel like this is the direction that I need to be in, right? January comes around, right? So we're going to this year. January comes around. I'm feeling like, okay, you know what? I made a decision to where I may regret it because I lost a great woman. That's still an amazing woman. There would be no ill will, no shit or tarnish on her name ever. And I'm like, you know what? I lost a good woman. At the same time, though, I know exactly what I want to do, right? Whether I'm with somebody, whether I'm not with someone, I'm still going to be Jalil Pat. And it's all about doing better, right? I have a goal in mind to where I need to just go ahead and execute in any way that I can. So January comes around, things are going smoothly. I'm working a shit ton. I'm making beats again, producing beats again. I don't want everybody to be all over the place with it, but I'm producing beats again. I'm meditating a little more. I'm getting better with prayer. I'm writing down ideas. I have my whiteboard behind me over there on the wall. So when you see this on YouTube, you'll see the whiteboard over there. It's not gonna show everything, but I have all my episode ideas, every guest that I want on here, and I went back and started writing scripts of the things that I wanted to do for the pod. Got these mics, I got this ring light, I got this camera. I really invested within myself. So now February comes around. We all know what February is. That's the month of Black History Month. So I'm deciding to go crazy. Right? I'm talking to everybody that I know. I'm making more content here on TikTok and trying to do more shit for YouTube. But then I got that little slither of doubt again. Damn, people really gonna rock with this? Are people really liking this the way that I want them to? And I got back into that mindset of, you know what? I'm thinking about what everybody else would think about this. I'm worried about if people will really like what it is that I'm doing. At the time though, and again, I don't care that much about numbers because this is just, TikTok's another outlet for me. So my numbers start growing even more on here. And I'm like, yo, I think I'm in the right area to do what it is that I need to do. Right? More of my confidence is coming back. I was growing my hair out at the time. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grow my hair out. I'm gonna just grow that shit. And I'm not gonna think twice about what people think about it. I'm gonna just grow it. I'm gonna enjoy this crown. I'm gonna just be myself or whatever. And I really enjoyed that state of black boy joy. Because anytime I did something great or did something different, I'm like, yo, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been looking for. I ain't got there yet, but I'm getting on the direction to do so. Now March comes around. So we're still here in March, early March. The moment I turned 25 was the moment I stopped giving a damn. For real. When it came to my content, I'm not apologizing for nothing. When it comes to this pod, I'm not going to apologize for nothing. The second episode of this podcast, literally and truly, the second episode of this podcast, all I'm going to tell y'all is this. For all you podcasters out there who've been talking all that shit and really tarnishing what it means to be a podcaster or an influencer and all of this, I have something for you. So if you think it's over, and I got my wine, so excuse me. But we get to March, and I'm like, all right, it's time for me to stop procrastinating. This right here, doing TikTok live and my YouTube and having my light and my actual vision of a desk set up, that's so different for me. And I've been putting it off for so long because I didn't think people would actually rock with what it is that I do. You know what I'm saying? For me to be the person that gives everybody else motivation and pushes them to be better and to do all of these things, I'm now realizing, bruh, you doing all this shit for everybody else and you haven't done it for yourself. So now we coming back to the selfishness. Turning 25, I'm up there in Chicago with my twin sister, with a few close friends and family. I don't even call them friends. That's family at this point, right? I think one day, before or after my birthday, I broke down crying because I felt like a failure as a man. Damn. I cried. I think I had my sister on the phone and I'm crying on FaceTime. Bro, I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm not doing enough. And you know what? She really assured me. She said, bro, you not. Oh, somebody just asked me on TikTok where I'm from. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. So for those of y'all don't know, but go and watch the intro video on the YouTube. It's going to be tagged somewhere in the end clips. But She told me, like, no, you're not failing at all. You may feel like you're failing, but your time is coming. You're always the guy to go out and do everything else for everybody. Now is your time to do what it is that you want to do and never apologize or answer for it. Because I've always answered for everybody. Oh yeah, I'll do this and I'll do that and do this. But when the same energy is thrown towards them, nobody else is batting an eye. Oh nah, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. Or they won't even tell me anything. Like, I'll ask my homies, hey, what we doing tonight? Wouldn't hear nothing. But I'm the first one. Yo, let's go out. Let's do something. So where I'm at now, to be completely honest, my confidence is here, right? So when y'all see this on YouTube, you'll see the part I cut the hair again. The beard is coming back, glossy, immaculate. Skin is back to where it needs to be. I'm trying to grow the nails back out so I can go back to the manicures and stuff, and I got a new job, right? So throughout this entire thing, I've been working at PacSun. So y'all know from the TikTok, PacSun is where it's at. I love clothes. I love fashion. I love being a creative, whether I can talk, whether it's my freestyling and rapping in the car, whether it's my poetry that I shared with y'all sometimes, any of that, right? That was an area for me to get away from the environment that I hated, which was in corporate. Now, it's ironic that I'm going back to corporate. However, this is more of me using my skills to be a helpful person. Also, to build up my foundation, to lay more of my foundation. So when I have kids one day, or if my family really needs it, or if I just want to be like, you know what, give me a week of PTO and I'm going out the country or something. I want to be able to get to a point where I don't have to worry about certain shit anymore. And for the last 25 years of my life, 24 years of my life, I'm always worried about not having enough, not doing enough, not being enough, things of this such. I'm now to the point where I know for a fact, hands down, I'm way more than enough. It doesn't matter who's rocking with me. It doesn't matter who listens to this pod. Like, a majority of y'all that are listening to this podcast, a lot of y'all don't even know me for real. So that speaks more wonders as to who I am and what I do as a man and as a person. If I'm shining a light and giving something good to other people who don't even know me personally, that's all I want to do. I get more support from people on TikTok, and of course my family. That's my immediate family, my close friends, my guys, my fellas, my lady best friend, people I haven't seen since 8th grade and I still talk to them, things of that sort. Like, I get more support from you all. As a creative, that shit hurts. But for me to put this out there, and for somebody across the world or across the country who's only seen my face through a TikTok screen or through a phone screen or a computer screen or whatever, for you to like it, that's pushing me a little more. It sounds like I'm rambling. I'm not. But what I will say is this season, and I know people talk about it, it's like, don't talk about it too much, don't jinx yourself. I don't think I'm jinxing myself. Do you not see this lighting right now? Like, I'm projecting my voice more. I'm more confident in how my voice feels, like how it sounds, how it bounces off a mic and a speaker. I'm trying not to use all of these really weird filler words and shit. But so more so, I'm building up confidence. My last thing to say before I end all of this is I hope for a fact that when you go back and listen to this, any episode that I've done in this podcast, you'll be able to hear and recognize the growth. None of my other episodes of this podcast are going to be on YouTube, and we're getting there. This is the first one of many. So for all of those who have supported since I even thought of the idea, from my Aunt Clay And y'all know who, if you know the podcast and you know the story of how this started, go back and listen to it. I don't want to reiterate. I don't want to be a broken record. But for all of those who have helped me to get to that point, besides my family, y'all are very much appreciated. To all of you on TikTok, yo, we just hit 60,000 followers on TikTok. As a person who doesn't care about numbers like that, it's 60,000 people who give a damn about what I'm talking about. Whether it be something weird and funny, or I could be talking about how I love black women, or that we need to respect each other more, or anything of that sort. I'm glad people are liking it. So when it comes to this pod, I want y'all to enjoy this in every capacity possible. All right, so that's all from me. A 21, almost 22 minute spill. That's what y'all are getting right here. So look, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning into this. Until then, like I say on my Snapchat, and my Snapchat and all my socials are going to be linked at the end of this video. But look, like, comment, subscribe, share this with everybody that you know. I'm going to be on TikTok live doing this more. I'm actually going to hop on there and hop back to it when I get done recording. But I appreciate the support. I appreciate the confidence that you all have given me. I appreciate, just being at a level to where I can feel more confident. I feel handsome. I feel like I'm doing my thing. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. As always, be safe, easy, and positive. Please drink your water, eat your fruits and vegetables. Rest in peace to everybody who didn't get a chance to see this wonderful and beautiful day in this year. Rest in peace to everybody that we lost to COVID, police brutality, racism, war, all of it.